Today I'm going to be telling you guys how I got every single item inside of Roblox Jailbreak trading. I have every single vehicle, texture, rim, spoiler, literally everything in the game, even furniture items. So by the end of this video here, you should know how to get incredibly rich in Jailbreak trading so that way you could get every single item in the game. Speaking of quickly getting rich in Jailbreak though, we are going to be giving out a free torpedo at 40,000 subscribers. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe and turn on post notifications, that way you're notified of when the giveaway is happening. But anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into this here. So the first thing I should probably say here is if you're just starting out in trading, then this will be a very time consuming process. Trading in Jailbreak isn't really something you could just easily do one day and completely forget about after like 5 minutes. It's something that you gotta dedicate a few hours or maybe even days to doing because yeah, this thing takes a long time. So pretty much what I'm saying is don't expect to be done trading in like 5 minutes if you're just starting out because you'll probably be here for quite a few hours. And probably one of the most helpful things I've found in trading is actually this server hopping feature in the Trading VIP pass. It basically allows you to just server hop whenever you want. Obviously, this game pass isn't really free or anything, unfortunately. It does cost like 320 Robux. It's honestly kind of overpriced. But if you want to go ahead and buy it just for the server hopping feature, go ahead and do that because honestly, it saved me a bunch of time when I was trading and it's just overall a very helpful feature. But now as for the trading part here, let's just go ahead and start from square one. You're a brand new player, you just got into trading. How do you get rich in this game? So as a new player in trading, it's actually pretty simple to start out. Basically, you just want to go ahead and join the main game here. Trading is a very bad idea if you literally just started and have nothing. And you want to go ahead and grind for a little bit of money here in the main game. And you want to go ahead and get yourself a few of the higher demand obtainable vehicles like the Concept, the Volt Bike, the Roadster, and stuff like that. And so once you've gotten yourself all of these vehicles here, it's actually pretty simple. You just go ahead and come right back to trading over here. And since all of the vehicles you just got have some pretty good demand here in trading, you could go ahead and trade those around for other items that are worth a little bit more. So for example, if you have yourself a Concept, a Volt Bike, an Eclair, a Roadster, and maybe another $1 million vehicle like the Army Helicopter, you could probably get yourself a small limited item like the Bruley or the JB8. And then if you repeat that process a few times, you'll have a bunch of these vehicles, and then you could go ahead and combine those for another vehicle that's worth a little bit more and maybe has a little bit higher demand. And then once you get yourself a vehicle with a little bit higher demand, you could go ahead and trade that for overpays. And then yeah, you just keep repeating that process until you get something good like the torpedo. And if you're trying to get every item in the game, you could try to downgrade it for more items, and then you just keep on repeating that process until you have everything. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more complicated than that because I made this sound very, very simple and like it's only going to take you a few hours to do. Trust me, it won't. If you're planning on doing all of that, it will take you at least a few days to complete. So yeah, don't expect to be done in a few hours, like I said at the start. And yeah, another really good way to get really rich in Jailbreak trading incredibly fast is to absolutely no life seasons and be one of the first to get the level 10 vehicle, so that way you could trade it away for some really good stuff. I tried that out this season and well, I traded my Revox for an Icebreaker and a Spinner Rims. By the way, both of them were clean, so yeah. And while we're on the topic of clean items and duped items here, there is actually some benefits and some downsides to those. First are the downsides. Obviously, since it's a dupe, it's worth less. You won't be able to trade it for as much, so make sure to avoid that if you're trying to trade up, because that will definitely make it a lot harder. But then a situation where a duped item is definitely really helpful is when you're just not going to do anything with it, like you're not going to trade it up anymore, you're not going to do anything, you just want to keep it in your inventory. And basically the reason for that is, like I said, since it's a duped item, it's not going to be worth as much, so you could get it for much, much cheaper, and then you're just basically just saving your time and your valuable items at that point. So yeah, duped items, it just kind of depends on what you're trying to do with that item. If you're going to keep it forever and not do anything with it, get a duped one. But if you're trying to trade it up, just get a clean one because that's worth more. But now before we go ahead and get onto the scamming stuff and how to avoid all of that, I do want to quickly mention a few things that will save you a little bit of time. So the first thing I would recommend doing here that has saved me a little bit of time is just using the stuff that you're trading. So like for example, if I was trading this Torero with the blue pixel, you guys could see I would use a Torero with the blue pixel. And then obviously alongside that, I would also make my title here, trading Torero with blue pixel. So that way people actually know what I'm trading when they're walking up to my vehicle. This is because from what I've found, sometimes people just run up to you assuming that what you're sitting in or using is what you're trading, and they don't actually read what your tag is. Obviously doing that won't completely fix the issue unfortunately, so you will still have to deal with a few people giving you completely garbage offers every now and again, but hopefully it does help out a little bit. And actually, while we're on the topic of garbage offers and avoiding trolls like that, you could actually use this like inventory viewer tool to see what other people have before trading with them to save a little bit of time. Typically, whenever I'm trading and I accept the trade invite, I just go ahead and immediately check their inventory to see if they have what I'm looking for, and if they don't, I just go ahead and decline the trade. So yeah, hopefully that trick helps you out a little bit, but another really helpful thing is just joining Discord servers that have trading channels for Jailbreak. I know that my Discord server has a pretty active trading community, so if you want to go ahead and join in on that, there is a link down below in the description. It's completely free to use. But yeah, now moving on to the scamming part of this video, because if you get scammed in Jailbreak nowadays, that will set you back a couple of hours, maybe even days, depending on what you lost. Now thankfully, Badimo have made a few updates to trading to make it a little bit harder to actually like scam people now. For example, they like notify you in the chat when something is removed from the trade, stuff like that. But still, to this day, people join into my live streams, go down in my comments section and say, "Super, I got scammed, what do I do?" Well, there's three main things you should look out for, and the first one is always avoid people that are promising to trade things for items that are in other games. Typically, when they do this, they're just gonna ask you for your items in Jailbreak first, like you go first and then you get the items in the other game. This is how they scam you. Pretty much they ask you to go first, but then they never actually end up giving you what they promised. So yeah, always avoid people that say they're gonna do stuff like that. It's almost always a scam. This is also the exact same for Robux. People will promise to give you like stuff in Jailbreak in exchange for your Robux or vice versa. And yeah, this is almost always a scam as well, so make sure to avoid that. And also, this next one might sound obvious, but like just pay attention to the Jailbreak trading menu, man. Like just see what you're actually trading for and pay attention to what the other person is doing. This is almost always how people in my comment section got scammed. They're just not paying attention to the trading menu. The other person removed what they were actually trying to get, and by the time they knew it, they pressed accept and they didn't even know what happened because they weren't paying attention. So basically what I'm saying is try not to be stupid while you're trading, or you will lose like hours worth of progress if you're not careful. Another really important thing to do is always stay up to date with what the most popular value list is at the moment, because that always changes and you want to make sure that you're up to date with all of the values in trading, so that way you're not scammed out of a vehicle that's actually worth a lot. Typically those websites also have like a dupe list or something, so make sure to go ahead and use those if you want to check which items are duped or not before completing a trade. And yeah, that's pretty much all of the tips and tricks I have for getting every item in Jailbreak. I mean, that's pretty much all I did. Like I said at the start of the video, we are giving out a free torpedo at 40,000 subscribers, so if you want to enter in for that and get yourself a torpedo, make sure to go ahead and subscribe down below. And so yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.